one-of-a-kind hypercar company. For over 2 decades, Koenigsegg has been at the forefront of the motor industry, producing some of the most innovative and exclusive cars in the world. Of Koenigsegg started in Sweden.
Hey you guys, welcome back to the SuperMarvelSpider-Man. Today we're back with another video. So today's video is actually I changed the background scene. Usually it would be like my room, but now I'm in for a living room, so yeah, the size changed. Like yeah. So anyway guys, today we're gonna be doing a review to car videos, history back actually, let's do car videos. So anyways guys, today we're reacting to last time we did evolution of video games, like my video, like the link in the description, like I done the video on GTA. If you guys haven't seen that video, link in the description. I done a video on Halo. Some of you guys seen this, haven't, but in the description. But now it's still a video game this time. How about we do on cars, supercars, hypercars? Today we reacting to this hypercar that has been doing the Guinness World Record of fastest cars. From selling frozen chicken to now making hypercars, how did Christian von Koenigsegg manage to do this? This is the Koenigsegg.
When Christian von Koenigsegg started the company. As a kid, Christian was just like many young.
Christian von Koenigsegg uses the Ford V8 in his cars.
Was fascinated by machinery and cars. When he was just 5 years old, Christian saw an animation from Norway about a bicycle repairman who built his own race car.
That film inspired him to build his own car. He wants to build his own car.
This, he couldn't get over his dream of building his own perfect sports car. 17 years later, Christian
found... Oh my days, look at Christian when he was like, oh my days. Ugh. People call him Lex Luthor, but you can see his bald head. Kind of reminds me of the Agera RS. Look at him, look at his mustache. Look at him. Good. Oh yeah, we got Volvo in the background. We got some Volvos, and we got the first
company when he was just 22 years old. That makes me wonder what I've been doing with my life. Unlike other car companies like Toyota that produce thousands of cars in a day, Koenigsegg only produces a limited number of cars at a time. For instance, only 6 Koenigsegg CC8Ss were ever produced. And this exclusivity comes at a very high price. So high that only incredibly rich people can afford them. Just 2 years after founding the company, in 1996, the first designs Christian made were turned into a prototype. The Koenigsegg CC prototype was the concept vehicle for other models that would be produced. A feature that made Koenigsegg unique at the time was the detachable and storable hardtop roof that could be stowed in the front hood. Originally, the engine was supposed to be a standard Audi 4.2-liter V8.
And we were supposed to get a Subaru engine. I heard we're supposed to get a Subaru engine in this car Christian wants to put this car in, but the career passed with the Subaru flat 12. I think it was flat 12, but Audi turned him down.
But since Audi and Koenigsegg couldn't strike a deal, Koenigsegg had to look for another power.
So Koenigsegg decided to use a Ford V8 from the legendary Ford Crown Victoria, the car that we've seen in films. And that car, I tell you that the Ford Crown Victoria was amazing. Used that, it was so perfect. Using it as a taxi, police.
The CC was inspired by the Ferrari F40 and the McLaren F1 to create a minimalistic, pure, no-nonsense supercar with a Swedish twist to it. The goal of this prototype was to outperform all the standards set by the McLaren F1. Being a new company, many people were surprised that a new brand could pull off an outstanding performance at the first attempt. And this laid the foundation for the success of Koenigsegg. Fun fact. A 1:5 scale design model was made before Christian and his team made the real prototype completely by hand. Since it was done in a hurry, the car looked a bit rough around the edges, and the proportions were a bit off.
Fast and reliable connections, fast and reliable business. BT's got your back.
Oh my days, hurry up.
Proportions were a bit off. In 2002, the first production car ever made by Koenigsegg was the CC8S. Its elegant design set it apart from its peers and laid the foundation for all Koenigsegg car models when it comes to aesthetics, philosophy, and functionality. The CC8S was powered by a Ford 4.7-liter V8 engine, producing 650...
Sweden has so much things. IKEA. The famous singer, Lush Life. Sarah Larson. Volvo. The Swedish brand that makes safety cars, and we have the legendary Koenigsegg. Sweden has a lot of great things. I'll tell you what, Sweden has a lot of great things.
5 horsepower. The car could blast from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3.5 seconds. But that's not all. The top speed was 240 miles per hour, or 390 kilometers per hour, making it one of the quickest and fastest supercars at the time. And keep in mind that it was their first production car. Fun fact, the CC8S won several awards, including a Guinness World Record for the most powerful production engine. In 2004, the Koenigsegg CCR was released. The new model replaced the CC8S and was improved in many ways. The body design of the CCR had a larger front splitter, a rear wing, larger brakes, new enlarged tires and wheels, plus upgraded chassis and suspension. The CCR achieved a record for the world's fastest production car at the Nardo track in Italy. The supercar could go to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds and reach a top speed of more than 242 miles per hour. It even beat the McLaren F1 that was capable of reaching 240 miles per hour. In 2006 came the third generation Koenigsegg car, which was the CCX. Before that time, Koenigsegg cars were illegal in the US. As a small hypercar manufacturer with limited resources, Koenigsegg didn't have the homologation certification for the US market on the CC8S and the CCR. When the CCX was developed, Koenigsegg invested heavily in emission and crash safety development so they could enter the US market. This made the CCX the first US modulated car for Koenigsegg. The CCX embodied many changes, including the roof that was raised and new bumpers, but the most notable change was that it had a new engine that was developed and assembled by Koenigsegg. Capable of reaching a top speed of 245 miles per hour, the CCX broke many records, including a speed record in Nürburgring and a Top Gear track record. This record would remain unbroken for 7 years. 2 years later, in 2008, a CCX Edition was launched by the Geneva Motor Show. It had an improved 888 horsepower engine that was capable of reaching 250 miles per hour. In 2007, a more environmental-friendly version of the CCXR, was released. It could run on recyclable 85% ethanol and was named the world's first green supercar. Nonetheless, the CCXR did not sacrifice performance and was estimated to reach a top speed of over 250 miles per hour. Over the years, Koenigsegg produced several editions of the CCXR. In 2008, the CCXR Edition was launched at the Geneva Motor Show with a 4.8-liter twin supercharged Koenigsegg engine, producing a massive 1,018 horsepower. Only 4 units of this special edition were made. In 2009, Koenigsegg announced the CCXR Trevita. It was the first car to be made of white carbon fiber, which was extremely difficult to manufacture.
What? This is one of my favorite Koenigsegg. This is how I want it. Like, yeah, look.
The Trevita can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in under 2.9 seconds and reach an astonishing 254 miles per hour. Only 2 models were produced, making it one of the rarest cars in the world. Just a few months after the Trevita, the CCXR Special Edition were produced to mark the end of the CCX range. In total, 29 CCX and 17 CCXR units were produced. Fun fact, the CCXR Trevita is one of the most expensive Koenigsegg cars. It was sold for a massive $4.8 million in 27.
AWS powers F1 Insights to bring fans closer to the race.
As a side project, Christian and the other engineers at Koenigsegg started designing and building the CCGT race car for the GT1 class racing category. The first prototype was built with a 5-liter V8 engine. Initially, the CCGT met all the requirements, but a last-minute change in the regulations made it impossible for it to ever compete as a race car. The new regulation increased the minimum production numbers from 20 to 350 cars. That must have hurt. While the CCGT would definitely have been very competitive, it would never be able to race. In 2010, the Agera was launched, which means to take action in Swedish, and that is exactly what this supercar does. The Agera is powered by an in-house 5-liter V8 engine with twin turbochargers.
This versus a Centenario, they both, it's just, okay, we got the Agera, Aventador. It's just 2010 supercars. I think that 2010 supercars were the perfect era. And what
generate 960 horsepower. This makes the car go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. In the same year, the Agera won the Hypercar of the Year award by Top Gear. 1 year later, the Koenigsegg Agera R made its debut at the Geneva Motor Show. It received several improvements, including a new bumper, exhaust, and increased engine power. The Agera R could also run on biofuel, just like the CCXR. This supercar received a Guinness World Record for achieving the fastest 0 to 300 to 0 kilometers per hour in just 21 seconds. In total, 18 of these beautiful beasts were made. In 2012, Koenigsegg introduced the Agera S, which was built for markets lacking E85 biofuel. Thanks to its improved hollow carbon fiber air core wheels, this model has better acceleration and handling benefits. In total, 5 examples were built, including one special version, which was known as the 100, meaning 100 in Swedish. This car was a celebration of the 100th car built by Koenigsegg. The latest Agera model was the RS, released in 2015. This amazing model combines some.
When you look at the downforce on the Agera RS, it's just the same downforce as Christian von Koenigsegg's head. I know. Why am I mentioning Christian von Koenigsegg's head? People call him Lex Luthor, but Christian is just a genius.
The best features of the Agera R and the Agera S while using the latest technology features. In 2017, the Agera RS became officially the world's fastest modulated production car with an impressive top speed of 278 miles per hour. The Agera RS was handcrafted and only 25 examples were sold for a whopping $2.5 million each. Koenigsegg officially announced the end of the production of their Agera models in 2016. To celebrate this, they launched the Agera Final Edition, which was a 3-car series. This Final Edition was so special that owners could fully customize the car by specifying announced, named the 1-to-1. This car was the first approved production car in the world with 1 megawatt of power, thereby making it the world's first mega car.
Koenigsegg really, they really replaced a car that quick. I'll tell you that they would, like, whoa, they replaced it so quick.
It was one of the fastest supercars in the world, going approximately 280 miles per hour. In total, 1 prototype and 6 production units were made. These were sold for $2.8 million. All 6 units were purchased immediately. Fun fact, the weight of the 1-to-1 was reduced by 100 kilograms from the already light Agera R to bring it down to 1,360 kilograms, or under 3,000 pounds. The name 1-to-1 comes from the power-to-weight ratio of 1,360 horsepower to 1,360 kilograms, giving the car 1 horsepower per 1 kilogram of mass. This made it one of the highest power-to-weight cars in the world. One of the highest power-to-weight cars in the world.
Now we got the Regera hybrid system.
In 2015, Koenigsegg launched their first unconventional hybrid car named the Regera. This car wasn't designed for on-track performance and instead was made to be a smooth, powerful hybrid GT. Despite of that, the Regera is a very
This is not a GT, I'll tell you this. This is not a GT. It does not look like a GT. This is more like a hypercar.
Full track car. One feature that made the Regera unique is the Koenigsegg direct drive transmission. It removes the traditional gearbox and takes the car from 0 to almost 250 miles per hour in just one gear. Regera means to rule in Swedish, and ruling it did. The 3 electric motors and a powerful twin-turbo V8 engine made it the most powerful production car in 2015, with the most downsized engine of its time. And that's not all. It achieved a world record for the fastest production car, going from 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers per hour in under 32 seconds. In total, 80 units of the Regera have been produced and are off the production line, making way for the Jesko. If you go back and study the history of...
Christian, Koenigsegg, your W. Give your W. For naming the hypercar after your dad. Just go one
Koenigsegg. You'll find that part of its success can be attributed to Jesko von Koenigsegg, Christian's father. Therefore, in his honor, the Koenigsegg model that made its debut at the Geneva Motor Show in 2019 was named the Jesko. An all-new megacar production of the Jesko began in 2021. It features a redesigned 5.1-liter twin-turbo V8 engine and advanced aerodynamics designed with one goal in mind: blistering on-track performance. With a 9-speed Koenigsegg multi-clutch transmission, the engine has a power output of 1,281 brake horsepower using normal gasoline and 1,603 horsepower while running on E85 biofuel. Only 125 Jesko models will be made in total, with 40 to 50 being completed each year. There are 2 different configurations, the Jesko Attack and the Jesko Absolute. The Attack is a high downforce version that features a dual front and rear triplex damper system and added aerodynamic features, like a large rear wing and large carbon fiber front splitter. At its top speed, it can generate as much as 1,400 kilograms of downforce. You're about to know the truth. Some people doubt, Instead of a rear wing, it has 2 rear fins, while the front splitter and side winglets are removed. This results in less drag and a theoretical top speed of between 330 and 350 miles per hour in the right conditions, equivalent to a whopping top speed of 563 kilometers per hour. Yes, this makes it even faster than the record-breaking Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus.
So we had from this defense is on the
from the fact, of course, that this is the absolutely fastest Koenigsegg we will ever make.
And at the time of writing, it takes the crown for the fastest production car in the world. Fun fact, for those poor souls who don't have the money to drive a Koenigsegg in real life, there is the option to drive them in Forza Horizon 5. In the game, players can drive the Koenigsegg CC8S, the CCGT, the 1-to-1, Regera, Agera RS, and the Jesko. In fact, out of the more than 500 cars available in the game, the Koenigsegg Jesko is the fastest car, with a top speed of 303 miles per hour.
Now,
also launched in 2020 was the Koenigsegg's first four-seater car, the Koenigsegg Gemera. It's potentially the first Koenigsegg you can take on a family road trip. Although you'd need $1.85 million to buy one, and only 300 of them are going to be made. The Gemera is powered by a 2-liter, 3-cylinder twin-turbo engine called the Tiny Friendly Giant, which doesn't sound nearly as powerful as a twin-turbo engine, but don't be fooled. Together with 3 electric motors, it has a power output of 1,700 horsepower. The battery pack has a range of 50 kilometers, though in hybrid mode that extends to 1,000 kilometers or 621 miles. The Gemera is also Koenigsegg's first all-wheel drive model and comes with all-wheel steering and torque vectoring. While its top speed was never the main focus, it's still capable of reaching a top speed of 249 miles per hour. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 1.9 seconds. So make sure the kids are holding on tight to their juice boxes. Fun fact, Lamborghini has made many cars, which you can see in the Evolution of Lamborghini series. One of those cars is the Aventador. In total, there are about 20 times more Aventadors than all Koenigsegg.
I think this is going to be the last time I fight on the left flatback. I don't know. It's probably going to be the last time. Maybe.
Cars combined. That just shows how exclusive Koenigsegg cars actually are.
Unlock epic savings of up to 55% off selected devices in the Ring Black Friday sale. Head to Amazon today.
Flipping Black Friday sale.
Whenever no car insurance gets it.
And finally, in August 2022, Koenigsegg unveiled its latest addition to its phenomenal lineup, the CC850. Built to commemorate Christian von Koenigsegg's 50th birthday,
She resemble like
and 20 years since the delivery of his company's first production vehicle, the CC850's design is a throwback to Koenigsegg's first production car, the CC8S. The engine is the same one used for the Jesko, resulting in an output of 1,385 horsepower from a 5-liter twin-turbocharged V8. However, since the car is a manual, the turbos in the CC850 are smaller, in order to eliminate any of the turbo lag while driving with only one hand on the steering wheel during shifting. One of the standout features, though, is the CC850's advanced gearbox. Dubbed the Engage Shift System, it involves 3 sets of compound gears, with 3 gears on each set. So rather than having 9 forward gears, the car has different gear ratios depending on whether you're in track, normal, or comfort mode. Basically, it's another example of Koenigsegg wizardry that effectively manualizes the company's light-speed transmission. So while most hypercars will still rely on dual-clutch automatic systems in 2023, Koenigsegg will be offering a much more satisfying manual option so you can shift the gears yourself and feel more in control of that awesome power. Of course, you can still go back to fully automatic when you're feeling lazy. Other notable aspects of the CC850 include a detachable hardtop, the Synchro-Helix door system, and its telephone dial rims. The car is expected to have a range of around 250 miles, and the car's 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio will lead to a 0 to 60 time of well under 3 seconds. Initially, only 50 of the CC850s were going to be made, but after overwhelming response and demand for the car, Koenigsegg announced they will make an additional 20 cars to celebrate 20 years of production. This increase is still nowhere near the market demand, but considering the low numbers originally planned, it's as far as Koenigsegg could take it. Considering that each car is priced at $3.65 million, that's quite the increase and is another surefire sign that Koenigsegg is still very much in demand. The evolution of this Swedish car maker is impressive, and Koenigsegg has created...
That's it. Video. Yeah, it's Koenigsegg with Christian Koenigsegg album from... Again, it's all about a young boy who wanted to make his own car, and he finally got what he wanted. From childhood dreams to world-breaking hypercars. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, if you guys like, share, subscribe. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys